Hey, it's Molly. Welcome back to Lansing Maker Homestead. We were just outside of the homestead. We are on our fence line. If you watch my videos, you know that I cleaned up like our fence line. There's a bunch of briars, and I am trying to keep this clean because if not, it looks a mess, and I like it to look neat, and it'll deter snakes. That is my biggest thing, is because I have small kids, chickens, other animals, and here in Georgia we do have a lot of poisonous snakes. And while I do know that snakes are important, part of the world or an ecosystem, like, I don't want them in my yard. I don't want them around my kids. I don't want them around my dogs, where they are the nope ropes of the world, and I do not want them surprising me as I'm going out to my chicken coop, to any of the animals, or just enjoying the day. Our kids enjoy just running outside, and this time of year is when I really start to get anxious about snakes, because everybody's slithering out, and I hate it so much. And while I know having chickens and other animals will attract snakes, and that is a risk I take, I've tried to be preventative because I hate them so much. Anyways, I'm trying to get this fence line like weed whacked, wherever you are in the world. I guess we weed eat in the South. I don't know. So I don't have my tripod out here, but these trees are blooming right through here, so I do have to come through and kind of limb these up, the ones that are going to interfere with the fence. And I actually meant to do that a while back, but I haven't. And this is how much growth we've already had along this fence line, and it's fine just to like knock it down with a weed eater. But back to where we already came from, it's very easy just to knock it down. It's totally fine. We did have blackberries over here, but they were literally weighing down the fence line, so they are no more. And I hate that, because I loved coming out here with the kids and picking blackberries. And we do have, it looks like a few blackberry bushes left that I haven't pulled down. But really, like, I just want a space that they can just grow, and that be like the blackberry area, and it not interfere with our fence line. So that's just it is what it is. I didn't plant these out here. I think they were either planted by the previous owner of this home, or like they're wild. I'm not sure, but either way, we still have all of this to clean up, and then I have to go around the front of our property. I'm not worried about the back, because it has trees, and on the other side of that is a big field, and that is somebody else's property. So let's get to work so we can work on some other projects today as well. We have finished weed eating the whole front yard, the other side of the fence line, as well as the side. It looks really, really good. It's just a part of maintenance. When I cleaned all those briars and brush up, I told myself, I said, I've really got to be on top of this, because I didn't want it to go back to what it was. In between doing all of that, I have been working in the garden, bringing in wood chips for the areas that were thinner in the garden. I do have a few more spots to go. And then I just kind of let the rain, settle everything down, and then just, as things come up, just trying to stay on top of them, so that way it's not a big deal to keep on top of. Now, since I've done that, oh, I also put some compost in the planter that we have around our mailbox, and my youngest son picked out some flowers that he wants to plant in there, and so we're gonna do that tomorrow. I have like an hour left to do anything that I want to for now, because we have baseball tonight, and I'm tired at this point, on and off between working on weed whack and weed eating the fronts and the sides of the yard, and our weed eater is battery operated, and I have like three of those batteries, so I did not pre-plan and make sure that all of them were charged. So as I was waiting on one of the batteries to charge, I would just do some work in the garden. So we have spent all day outside. It is just after 3 o'clock now, and I've been out here since 8:30 this morning, and I am nice and crispy at this point. One day I'll learn to put sunscreen on like I'm supposed to, but you live and you learn. Strawberries are doing good. I do have to cover these potatoes. I do that. Okay. I was going to reward myself with planting some seeds, but I can get these potatoes covered really quick. I've got some pine shavings, and I can use that to use as like a mulch. We only have 2 of our baby goats left, and those are the ones that my mother-in-law is keeping. So she got the 2 girls out of the group, and we will house them here until they are ready to have them, which is totally fine with us. Or I love having little babies around. I just want to get those potatoes covered up, so make sure that once we can harvest those, that we'll be good to go. It's always something, y'all. It's always something to do, but I'm really excited to put some more seeds out. Covered up our potatoes, and as you can see, you can still see our garlic and onions. So this will just keep everything mulched, so those potatoes will focus on growing beautiful tubers, which are potatoes that we're going to eat. What I am going to go ahead and plant are my sunflower seeds, and I am so excited for these. I am not doing anything particular when it comes to planting these. I'm not gonna have like a sunflower bed, anything like that. I am just going to put them wherever, and I think that's just going to be the best thing. I think it's gonna be so fun just to have them everywhere. I have a bed that I do have just flowers in, and then I do have some other things that I'm going to be planting out, but I just think it would be fun to have just random sunflowers all throughout the garden. Who could be possibly be mad about that? Put these in. I will put a few over here with my just my little flower bed that I'm doing. Oh man, my sunburn is really coming up on camera right now. I can see it. It'll be okay. The next thing that I'm going to go ahead and plant is this. It's a wildflower blend of bird and butterfly. Honestly, it's from American Seed. I can't remember if I got this at the dollar store or Tractor Supply, Walmart. I don't know. I think I've had it for a while. So I don't really know what it's going to do. But I am going to put it over here with the rest of the flowers that... I'm trying to open this. The rest of flowers that I'm doing. And it... there's seeds in here, but it's like... Oh, it says 49% flower seed, 51 inert matter. No individual component needed, 5% of total mixture unless otherwise noted. Okay. So it's got a picture on here. Plant in a sunny location in early spring after all danger of frost, blah, blah, blah. Rough run up the soil to a depth of 1.5 inches and remove all weeds. Shake packet well. I'm going to just throw it. I'm going to just sprinkle it however I want, and may the odds be in your favor. So there are some weeds in here, but we're just going to roll with it. That is not weed. That's flowers, flower that hadn't bloomed. Can't remember what that's called, but it's pretty. More flowers on down the line. So here we go. What is this? Ew, I see why people like chaos gardening. Bam! Planted. Y'all, I'm such a rule follower that just made me feel like a total rebel. I just do that wherever. I gotta admit, that was a little bit of fun. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna plant is something new to me. This is amaranth. I got it from Baker Creek. Look how pretty. So it is this large plant, sports delicious edible bronze green foliage and striking vertical flowers in deep red. Now I'm pretty sure those flowers, I think I can give those to my chickens. And I want to try this. You know, this is totally new. Never done it. And so the package on this, it says surface sow seeds directly in the garden after danger of frost, barely covering. Feels like more chaos gardening. We'll see. Tolerates heat and drought, but best with average moisture and fertility. Okay, let's try it. But look how beautiful this is. Isn't that gorgeous? It's going to bring such beautiful color to the garden. I'm really excited about it. Can y'all see how tiny these seeds are? That is crazy. So tiny. This. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I work in the yard all day. My hands are sweaty. Alright, I think I have all the seeds. And it said to barely cover. So I'm just gonna, maneuver the dirt around some. Because I took my hand and like just went, and then let's just, we're gonna call that good. The last thing we're going to plant today are our cucumbers from Baker Creek. And I have this cattle panel here that I'm going to use as a trellis, and a really rinky-dink old T-post that is helping place it. I gotta add some support on the other side, but I can always do that tomorrow because I am running out of time today. Now I'm gonna get these in the ground, and it says that the trellis growing saves space, and it says plant spacing is 18 to 36 inches apart, but since I'm trellising, I'm not gonna follow that rule. I'm rule breaking today. I'm a rule breaker. Woo! So let's get these in the ground, and then I have to attach the water hose back to my back to my sprinkler. This is my first year with cucumbers and pretty excited about it. Our kids love cucumbers. They saw a video online where somebody scared their cat with a cucumber, but then we're like, okay, like eat it, like try to eat the cucumber, and they just love it. They'll eat it as a snack, and hold on, you're in my space. They'll eat it as a snack, so I'm excited for them to have this out here, because we do organic gardening, so we don't use any pesticides, anything out here, so our kids can just walk outside, grab whatever they want out of the garden, and there you go. Like, you can have it. My mom, I very much remember, she would go out to the garden with a salt shaker and just eat a tomato. And I thought it was weird as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, oh yeah, that's good stuff. And it's fun to have something like this to bond with your parents over, because as you get older, or as I have gotten older, my mom has become more of like a really good like best friend of mine, instead of like just my mom. So I can, call her, for, my mother-daughter stuff, but also I can come over and be like, hey, have you watched this on, TV, or what you doing, and like just friend stuff, which is nice. Garden is getting watered. Excited to watch even more things grow. We're gonna have even more things I'm going to be planting, but we try to do a little bit every day. You got to keep up with your maintenance stuff, as well as do new things. So as I go on a day-to-day basis, I try to get my maintenance stuff done, and as my treat I get to do a little bit extra. So today, that is my treat, is I got to plant some new things, and that just makes me really excited, that I got to put a few more things in the ground. I got to look at my seeds and see what else we're gonna plant and put in here. Even if it was just, the wildflowers, I thought it was fun to try a little bit of the chaos gardening. And that's cold, but it feels nice. Staying a little bit too close to the garden. I hope you were able to be productive today as well. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy homesteading.